Hey fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from Syracuse, New York. Last time I talked to you, man, it was, where was I? Denver, I think. Man, we've done 3 loads since then, and it has been busy. I mean, we are going back to back. So last I left you, we had a load that was in Denver. They weren't getting accepted early. We had to wait, which unfortunately made our second drop a little bit late. They scheduled that one a little too close for us. And they made that made us wait. So we pretty much had what we thought was going to be a lost day, waiting around for another dispatch. We thought everything was just just done for that day. But we ended up getting a dispatch that was super lucky. It was a run from, man, I can't even remember what it was. It was kind of a short run, and we ended up getting at the facility early. We weren't supposed to get into the facility until the next day, like midday. And then delivering it a few hundred miles, further down the road. We ended up getting there really early that same night, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you're really early," and we're like, "Yeah, we know, but hey, is it ready?" And they're like, "Actually, we're working on it now." We pulled in, they got us loaded up, we got it back on the road, and delivered it that night. So we actually picked up and delivered an order, a whole shipment, before the actual original pickup time. That was absolutely amazing, and just pure luck. So we had a bad day, or potentially bad day, turn into a great day. So that was a good thing. And then very next morning we got another run. We started heading out and got that one done, and after that it was the Syracuse, New York. So we've been heading all the way out. We've been heading all the way out to Syracuse. We finally got here, and we're early. Delivery is, let's see, we got here about 5 o'clock this afternoon. It is, today's, I think it's Thursday, and delivery's not until tomorrow morning. We tried to get them to take it tomorrow or today, about 5 o'clock, and they're like, "Nope, sorry, we're already booked. Got to wait till tomorrow." So it happens, yeah. Other than that, things have been going well. I've been learning a lot. I've been putting in a lot of miles. My trainer has just been teaching me so many valuable things. A lot of safety things. Things that you wouldn't even think about. But when you're in a truck, this thing's huge. I mean, look at this thing. It's pretty big, and there's a lot to think about, a lot to consider. A lot of motorcycles on the road, a lot of cars, a lot of drivers that don't know what it's like to be in the seat. And this thing was fully loaded. I mean, we were loaded to the gills. We had, we were like that close from tipping the scales. But we everything was legal. Everything was fine. Thank goodness. We didn't have to have them repack it or anything. But boy, it was close, and it was heavy. And we had to drive cross country with this thing, and we made it. No problems, no issues, and a lot of learning. So. Hats off to my trainer for doing that and for putting up with me. But things are going all right. Oh man, my luggage issue, we got that straightened out. We did get to a Walmart, and I picked up a couple of duffel bags, got rid of some stuff, condensed some stuff down, and yeah, so much easier moving things around at night. Definitely got some sheets for the bed, instead of just a sleeping bag. They'll tell you get a sleeping bag. That's fine. Problem is, depending on what kind of mattress it is, the mattresses in these things, at least in this one, is that vinyl, not vinyl, but that nylon material, and so it's kind of slick. It's kind of the same material that the outside of a sleeping bag is. And if you put that together, it's slipping around a lot, which is not too bad. But one day we were actually parked kind of like this, with the head being down here, so kept sliding, kept crunched up on my head, So that's when I was like, no, we've got to get some sheets for this thing. So we got some sheets, turned the sleeping bag, completely unzipped that. Now it's my blanket, basically. Not the best blanket in the world. It's got the zipper and all that stuff in my face, but it works. It's fine. I'm dealing with it. Maybe one of these days we'll stop and actually get another blanket or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. But now it's much more comfortable, getting some good sleep. I'm used to the reefer, which is what you're hearing in the background right now. It's the reefer unit, the refrigeration for the truck to keep all this stuff cold for the companies we're shipping for. Oh man, But no, everything has been good. The money, we are running our butts off. I tell you, we are running a lot. We are maxing out the clock. Yesterday I actually drove 11 hours 0 minutes. I mean, we pushed it to the max. I was pulling into the truck stop for the night, and you know, my trainer's like, all right, you have to stop now. Boom, 10 hours 59 minutes. I pull off to the side, we stop, get me logged out right at 11. I go you know, into off-duty time. You know, my trainer takes over the wheel, does the parking and all that stuff. Whew, it was close. That was a long day, big day. And so far, we've added up my miles, 1,950 miles so far in 4 days. 4 days of driving. Man, that's a lot more than I thought I'd be putting in, and it's been good. Great learning experience, absolutely fantastic. 620 miles yesterday. 620 miles in one day in this thing, fully loaded. That was a great feeling, knowing that I could do it. And I've got, you know, the support of a great trainer that's taking care of me and guiding me the whole way, making sure I'm not getting tired. You know, that there was, you know, a couple of, you know, there was breaks in between. You had my 30-minute break. There was also time, you know, he drove for about an hour and 15 minutes in addition to that. So never felt like anything that I couldn't do or couldn't handle, and he's keeping an eye out for that. The money is going to be great. That's something that I want to, you know, talk about for a minute here. He's very open about the money that he makes. Most truckers are, you know, it's a pretty open thing to talk about the money, because you know, the loads are the loads, and you know, the company drivers get paid by the mile. Lease operators get paid by the load. You get 72% of the actual load amount, which is a great deal, and it really adds up. Now, granted, you take that amount that they're making, they got to pay for the truck, which is about $1,000 a week, give or take, depending on the type of truck you have. There are a lot of other expenses. You got the insurances, the toll roads, and many other there's line item after line item after line item. After all that, last week, after all those expenses taken out, but before taxes, it's important, before taxes, $2,900. And I'm thinking, for 1 week's worth of work, that is really good. And then he reminded me that was missing 2 days worth of work, because he had to do a 36-hour reset and come pick me up and train me. So it wasn't really pushing it like he normally does. And he still did $2,900. And for him, that was a bad week. Now think about that. Think about how much money you're making right now. Think about $2,900 per paycheck in a month. Sometimes that's good for people. Maybe every other week. Sometimes it's good. But $2,900 every week, and that's a bad week? Man. Oh, man. I can't wait to see what next week brings, because this week we're busting it. We are going well. And we're not team driving. We really aren't. I mean, he did pull an hour and 15 just so we could, you know, make sure to get to a good truck stop that we wanted to get to instead of, you know, a rest stop or something like that. So he put in a whole, you know, hour and 15 on this, and there's been a little bit of back and forth, but we've maintained our clocks, you know. So we're gonna have a really good week. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what it is. And of course, as soon as I got that information, it'll be next week. I'll share that with you guys, and we'll go over more of the money aspect of it. But it's great. It is a great opportunity. Still not hearing anything bad about Prime as far as company from any of the drivers or anybody that I'm talking to. It's been fantastic. So, anyways, it's been a long week. We actually have some time to rest now. It's about 6:30 right now. We're not waking up until about 6 o'clock tomorrow. So I got about 12 hours to chill, relax, maybe watch a TV show or two this time, and get in some good solid sleep. So anyways, that's it. Peace out, everybody, and talk to you when I get an opportunity next. Take care.